Hello, everyone.
Hello there.
Still busy with a series about what the mystics have discovered throughout the ages, what they still live in contemporary times, and what helped them to live life to the fullest. So, we looking at elements from those discoveries or elements as part of those discoveries. And last week, we touched on the issue of hardship, whether it is suffering, whether it is grief, whether it is mourning, whether it is any loss, whatever it is. It can take so many shapes. But that is extremely challenging and it is difficult. And often we try to avoid it, but it also has all the potential to be a period of extreme growth and deepening of our spirituality and our basic attitude towards life.
And I think what we also said is that actually any situation where we do not have control over circumstances and in a lot of ways the outcome has that potential. So you touch on the difficult, the hardship, but to the same degree, a very big positive, a big love has that same potential.
Yeah, so in other words, any situation where the ego is not in control of my life and the situation and the basic trajectory.
Something overrides it. It's
Yes,
so strong that the ego structure doesn't really know what to do with it.
exactly.
It's out of its depth.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think a big love, falling in love, the experiences that the mystics had, visions or epiphanies that they had, that it might have lasted a minute or a moment, and it changes their lives forever. They spend decades writing about it, unpacking it, going back to it, because in that moment, in that opening up to this expansive love, something changes, and their trajectory, their lives, their mission, their everything just changes.
But we haven't touched that in the Afrikaans recording. But when we say the mystics have experienced that and so on, does that mean they were special people? Is it also available to us?
I think it's available in the day-to-day things that happen to us in terms of experiencing extraordinary love. If you think of the love of a mother for a child, a love for an animal, or a soulmate, finding a soulmate, that the experience of, it's almost an experience of unity, of finding something or someone that opens up a part of you that you were not aware of. So in everyday life, I mean, also think of Thomas Merton standing on a street corner, and in a moment he sees differently. Something opens up in him.
Yeah. It's almost as if his heart opens up to all these people around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's any situation where our ego isn't calling the shots. And for that reason, the opposite of faith is not so much doubt as it is control.
And fear. And I mean, control is also because of fear.
Yeah.
We're controlling because we're scared. We need to be in control.
Yeah.
We need to have the boundaries. Yeah.
So in other words, when when you enter love, and it can also be a, a deep awareness, becoming aware of the presence and the love of God. So it can be on an interpersonal level between people. It can be a parental love towards children, or children towards parents, or with animals, or the creative world. But then also when we enter a space where we are aware of this intimacy of God.
And vulnerability,
Yes.
because we are opening up. We are opening up ourselves. So it's in the same instance a very vulnerable place, but a place where you feel safe to do that.
Yes, the paradox, eh?
That's a paradox. So it's, you are absolutely exposed, you open up, but there's something holding you.
And you can only find what is holding you when you take the leap.
Yes.
There,
Yeah.
there
And
isn't.
it often doesn't make sense from the outside.
No, it doesn't.
It looks like madness.
Yes.
It really doesn't. And in terms of reality, people often talk about you have to be realistic. Often when people in love and people that found this huge passion in their life or had a life-changing experience, they don't really from the outside look like people who makes decisions realistically
Yeah, or rationally.
or rationally.
And they don't.
And they actually don't.
Yes.
I mean, and we often get that, making the leap that we did, coming here, living where we are, living like we do, that people will say, well, I can't do what you did because I have responsibilities.
I don't have the luxury
I
to
don't
do
have
that.
the luxury to do that. But it really does look like you you were very responsible. So often I think it is difficult for people to take people seriously in terms of being in that space where they truly feels held, and in the same instance being extremely vulnerable
Yes.
and exposed,
Yes.
because that is so. It is so.
Yeah, and I mean, the mystics discovered these things, and it formed the basis of their lives, of their activities, their stance in the world. That's what they've discovered, and they lived full lives that has still an impact on us following
Yeah.
centuries later.
And a sense of meaning.
Yes. But then you realize to what extent we don't trust what they've been telling us, what they're sharing with us, and we still fall back into our ego structures.
Yeah, because it's our ego. Our ego actually hijacks our logic.
Yes.
And our brain. So the brain is a wonderful tool, but if we can use it from a much deeper place, dropping the mind into the heart, sort of, coming from that place, then the mind and the logic, it doesn't maybe look like logic from an egoic stance, but it's that is where the true being alive, reaching the potential that were born with. It's there. It lies in that connection.
And as one of the quotes in our blog post, we have it that love is always the secret ingredient.
Yeah, yeah. And the power of love
Yes.
is not yet truly discovered.
Yes.
We don't, like you say, we haven't scratched the surface.
Yeah,
of
Taylor
what love can do.
Taylor de Chardin, who said, the day it really occurs to us, this power of love, this power of letting go, of giving over, the day we discover that, it will be like the second discovery of fire, the power of it. And it's as if we haven't bought into it yet. Sometimes we do. And
Or for a moment, maybe.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, it's wonderful.
Stay in love.
Yes, stay in love. Don't move. But thank you for the feedback once again, and we'll talk again next week.
Keep well, everyone.
Bye-bye.